The longest pause in the world is not measured in minutes or hours. It's the hesitation that exists between a thought and the action that should follow it, this tiny moment. This flicker of uncertainty has the power to stretch endlessly. What feels like a single second of hesitation can grow into something that lasts forever. It might be just a small delay before you start a workout, tackle an important project, or complete a task you know is essential. But in that moment of pause, the opportunity starts slipping away. That 1 second of doubt becomes 5 seconds. 5 seconds turn into 10. 10 seconds into 10 minutes. Before you know it, you've drifted away from what you intended to do, floating into what can only be described as the tunnel zone. It's that place where motivation disappears and procrastination thrives. A single second that could have led to progress instead becomes the reason you stayed stuck. Why? Because you hesitated, and hesitation, if left unchecked, can quietly kill your dreams. That's why you can't take that chance. The best way to beat hesitation is with immediate, deliberate action. Physics teaches us that a body in motion stays in motion. And a body at rest tends to remain at rest. The same rule applies to life. If you stay inactive, you'll likely continue being inactive. But if you get yourself moving just a little, you create momentum. And once you've got momentum, nothing can stop you. You've had enough rest, enough waiting. It's time to stand up and push forward. There comes a point in your life where you must say, I've had enough. Enough of settling. Enough of feeling like a failure. Enough of falling short. You start to feel the fire of change when you get sick and tired of being stuck. You begin to dream about a better life, a beautiful home, flying first class. Traveling to Hawaii, not just dreaming, but deciding that it's possible. That decision, when you finally say no more, that's the moment your life begins to transform. To move from your current level to the next, you have to want what's ahead more than you want what's comfortable. Real growth never happens when you're content. You don't evolve when you're cozy. Humans only transition to a new level when the current one becomes intolerable. The desire for change has to be greater than the comfort of staying the same. That's when you rise. That's when you chase the life you were truly meant to live. Not the one handed to you, but the one you were born to create. You deserve to see the version of your life where you're giving everything, where you're showing up at 120%. Not half effort, not survival mode, lawn mode, legendary, limitless. And to do that, you need to stand in front of the mirror, look yourself in the eyes and be real. Say it out loud, stop playing. I deserve to see what my life could look like if I gave it my all. Let that fire wake you up. Let that truth push you. Because once you believe that you're meant for more, you'll stop hesitating and start becoming. Coming up with a plan, executing a strategy sounds like the hard part. But the truth is, making a plan is actually easy. The challenge comes when it's time to follow through. Anyone can sit down, write goals, build schedules, and talk about their dreams. If you don't actually execute that plan, especially on the days when you're tired, anxious, or afraid, you're setting yourself up for failure. Execution is where transformation lives. And when you fail to act, you're not just cheating yourself. You're also letting down the people who depend on you. Your family, your team, your friends, your co-workers. They're all affected by whether or not you show up with everything you've got. Life is not just about you. Your decisions ripple out into the lives of others. That's why I had to push myself, even on the hardest days. I had to take full ownership of my life, my time, and my day. There were no shortcuts. No one was going to hand me success on a silver platter. It was my responsibility to rise. For many of you, the reason you're still stuck is simple. You haven't understood the power of routine. Your thoughts, your actions, your rest, your meals. It all has to follow a schedule. I discovered that my true strength was not in talent or intelligence, but in discipline. I'm not as naturally gifted or brilliant as I once believed. My edge came from doing the same positive actions over and over again. It came from structure, not luck. The DNA of success lies in the patterns you repeat daily. You're not as deep or unbreakable as you think unless you've mastered your routine. You need to commit. I'm waking up at 3 a.m. or I'm starting my day at 5 a.m. and then actually stick to it. Yes, there'll be rough days. Out of 365, a handful will be tough, but consistency wins things. The strength isn't in what you do once in a while. It's in what you do every single day, even when you don't feel like it. So find a rhythm, a routine that sharpens your edge. And protect it with your life. Dreaming is not enough anymore. That phase is over. Now it's about clarity. What exactly are you doing on Monday? What's your plan for Tuesday? Where is your energy going on Wednesday? If you can't answer those questions with precision, then you're just guessing your way through life. You've got to put your puzzle together piece by piece. No one gave me a map. No one handed me connections. I earned them. I didn't inherit a network. I built it brick by brick with my own hands. My journey to success wasn't glamorous or easy. I worked my way to the top. I grinded my way into the NBA and the NFL. People ask me, how did you crack the code? And the truth is simple. Things. I got up every day at 3 a.m. and did the work. I didn't care what the economy looked like. I didn't care who was in office. Nobody did this for me. I went to class, I read the books, I studied. Things. I practiced, I wrote. I took control of my destiny because I knew the dream was real, but the lifestyle, that was even more real. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. Things. You have to stay true to your own journey. Be predictable. Be consistent. The reason so many of you aren't breaking through is because you're not consistent. You get fired up in the beginning. Things. Start with a bang, but then lose steam halfway through. You get a small taste of success and think it's enough, but you don't grow exponentially because you can't stay committed. Things. Consistency is the secret. Without it, you'll always fall short. You have to be persistent. You've got to be locked in, completely focused, fully committed to the process. Things. Too many people are busy watching the scoreboard, constantly checking their results instead of putting in the work. Every time they make a small move forward, they pause and look up, hoping to see an instant payoff. But success doesn't work that way. The scoreboard won't change just because you keep looking at it. Real winners keep their eyes on the grind, not the results. If you're spending more time watching your progress than making progress, you're doing it wrong. The game doesn't stop, so you can admire yourself. Things. You've got to stay locked in and keep pushing. Keep grinding when it's hard, when it's boring, when no one's clapping for you. Things. The score will take care of itself if you just keep playing your heart out. That's what matters. Effort over ego, grit over glamour. Stay in the game and let your work speak for you. So I'm challenging you to rise above your current situation. Stop settling for average. Stop accepting a life that was handed to you instead of creating the life you dream about. You weren't made to be mediocre. You were built for greatness. But greatness demands more. I'm calling you to give 120%. If you say you're going to do something, if you say you're going to become someone, then prove it. No more lip service. It's time to go all in. Because here's the truth. If you're living like a gazelle, timid, reactive, soft, you'll always come up short. Gazelles get hunted. Gazelles run when things get tough. If you want more from life, you can't live in gazelle mode. You have to live in lion mode. Fins, if you're a student, a teacher, an entrepreneur, or someone on a personal journey, you need that lion mentality. The kind that doesn't flinch, doesn't back down. Doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It attacks. You will never do anything extraordinary from a place of fear or hesitation. Nothing world-changing happens in quiet mode, scared mode, or lazy mode. Everything powerful happens in lion mode. That's the mindset of, I'm coming to take what's mine. You've got to lock into the opportunity in front of you. Stop worrying about tomorrow. Pour your heart, your energy, your spirit into the moment you're right now and let tomorrow handle itself. Too many of you say you want to do something, then quit after 2 weeks. You said the same thing last year and the year before that. I want to lose weight, or I want to start my business. I want to turn my life around. But then what? You go out partying, drinking, eating junk, acting like time is unlimited. You're living far below your potential. And for what? It's time to make a real decision, a bold shift. A declaration that you will no longer play small. You've got to show some courage. It's time to move from being mediocre to meteoric, from invisible to undeniable, from counted out to counted on. And let me tell you, I've never met a single person who became wildly successful without pain, sacrificed tears, and relentless focus. Everyone who made it had to endure the trials, the rejection, the setbacks. But they didn't quit. That's the key. If you keep going, if you stay committed, it will happen. When I wake up in the morning, I don't ask myself if I feel like doing what needs to be done. I don't wait for motivation. I don't ask, is today easy or hard? I don't let emotions make decisions for me. There is no debate. There is only discipline. When the alarm clock goes off, I get up. Period. I don't care how I feel. I don't care if I'm tired or sore. It's not about comfort. It's about commitment. Do what you're supposed to do, regardless of how it feels. It's not about how you feel. It's about how you respond, those emotions. They're just reactions. But discipline, that's a decision in life. Life rewards discipline every single time. That's the way I choose to live, not based on comfort, not based on feelings. Whether I'm too tired, too sore, too hungry, too hot, or too cold, it doesn't matter. I don't let those excuses take control. People often ask, what do you do when you start feeling weak? And the answer is simple. I don't let weakness speak. I don't entertain excuses. I don't give those voices room to grow in my mind. I shut them down. I keep my mental space fortified like a lock vault. No negativity, no fear, no hesitation gets in. To me, this is a daily commitment. Every day is like a Monday. A chance to start strong, to come out of the gate like a man on a mission. Every single morning, I treat it like a battlefield. No mercy, no compromise. I'm not waiting, I'm attacking. Today, I'm taking ground. I'm the one applying pressure. I'm not reacting, I'm advancing. This isn't a routine, it's a lifestyle. It's waking up and making intentional decisions when you least feel like it. You don't hit snooze, you rise. You don't skip that run, you lace up and go. You don't feel like cleaning. Things. You clean anyway. Tired of studying, study harder. This is how you build mental muscle. You do what sucks, what stretches you, what challenges your limits daily. It's not supposed to be easy. Things. Growth doesn't come wrapped in comfort. You want to be successful. Then understand this, the only price is sweat, blood, and tears. You don't get discounts on greatness. You don't pay half price for your dream. There are no sales on effort. There are no shortcuts to becoming the best version of yourself. Things. So stop waiting for someone to hand you a life you didn't earn. Stop expecting to be placed somewhere you've never worked for. The real beast shows up when things fall apart. The real beast doesn't fold when legs are shaking and lungs are burning. The real beast finds something inside when everyone else has nothing left. When you want something deeply, truly, you stop pressing snooze. You stop getting distracted. You stop looking for an easier way. You lock and you zone and you grind. You do whatever it takes. Things. That means waking up before the sun and working long after it sets. Sure, maybe you showed up. Maybe you put in a little time. You did a workout. You studied for a while. You did something. Things, but let's be honest, you didn't do everything. You didn't give your full effort. You didn't pour your soul into it. You clocked in some hours, yes, but not the hours that matter. Things, not the kind of time that transforms dreams into reality. There's a difference between showing up and showing out. You can't shortcut the process. You can't trick the grind. Success demands time, real time, consistent, focused, disciplined time. And if you had the qualities that matter, fortitude, grit, mental toughness, you wouldn't need another plan. Things, another program, another external push. You'd already know how to get things done. That's the truth most people avoid. The missing link has always been you. It's not your circumstances. Things, it's not the lack of resources or guidance. It's you. If you want to level up, you have to step up, and stepping up means sacrifice. It means doing what's uncomfortable, what's hard. Things, what others won't. There are no discounts to greatness. No buy one, get one on blood, sweat, or tears. You have to give everything, not some, not most, all. You can't hold back and expect to win. Things. I'm not going to sit around waiting for the stars to align. I'm not hoping for luck. I'm grinding every day because that's what it takes to become the best version of myself. Things. When you consistently do what most people refuse to do, you earn a life most people will never have. And that's the truth. The hard way is the real way. It's longer. It's tougher. It will challenge you more than anything else. You'll face failure, setbacks, pain. But that road leads to meaning, to victory, to a legacy. You will never regret walking the hard path. But if you keep choosing comfort, if you stay on the couch in the bed, inside your excuses, your life will stay small. But when you start doing the hard things and the uncomfortable things, the things that require sacrifice, that is when life opens up. That is when strength is built, and that is when greatness is earned. Things. If you wake up every day and commit to the grind, if you stay relentless, push through the discomfort and give everything you've got while others are sleeping in or giving up, things, your life will eventually become easier. The formula is a simple hard work over time creates results. Just like 1 slow 1 will always equal 2 and 2 slow 2 will always equal 4. Years of sacrifice will pay off. While others are out partying, wasting weekends, and making excuses, you're building a future they'll envy. That consistency compounds. Things. 10 years of focused work while others are distracted will set you apart in ways they'll never catch up to. It may not feel glamorous right now. It might even be lonely. Things. But when the rewards start to show, when the life you've been building becomes your reality, you'll realize it was all worth it. You did the work when no one else wanted to. Things. And now you're reaping what they never sowed. But what's truly frustrating is how easily people get upset with others while letting themselves off the hook. Someone shows up late, things, and you're annoyed. Someone borrows money and doesn't pay it back, and you're furious. The waiter gets your order wrong, and you're ready to explode. Things. But when you let yourself down, when you skip the gym, slack off at work, waste hours online, you just brush it off. You give yourself a pass every time. You're not where you want to be financially, things, emotionally, or physically, and deep down, you know it's because you keep cutting yourself slack. You should be further along. You know you're capable of more, but you keep disappointing yourself. Things, and worse, you keep accepting it. That's the problem. The biggest obstacle in your life isn't your boss, your family, your environment. It's you. Yes, it's you who's holding yourself back. And it's time to stop. It's time to look in the mirror and admit, I've been my own worst enemy. The procrastination, the excuses, the fear, you let those win, but no more. You don't get to sabotage your potential any longer. You don't get to keep creating cycles of failure and then pretending you're powerless. You're not a failure. You're not broken. Things. You've just made some weak decisions, and those decisions built a weak life. But here's the good news, the same way bad decisions built this life. Things, good decisions, hard decisions can build the life you deserve. Start with one thing, take full ownership. No more blame, no more denial. Stand in front of the mirror, face your reflection. Things, and declare that the excuses stop. O'Day, you may have created this mess, but you can also clean it up. The power is already inside you. When things got tough, things you backed off. And that's exactly why you're standing where you are today. But the beauty of life is this: you can choose to change direction right now. You can start repairing the damage. Things. You can start replacing poor choices with powerful ones. And if you keep doing that, if you make better decisions consistently, before you know it, your life will transform before your eyes. Things. The only person you truly have control over is you. Not your past, not your friends, not the obstacles, but you. So focus on becoming the person you aspire to be. Train your body. Things. Discipline your mind. Wake up early. Attack each day with hunger and purpose. Over time, with one small decision at a time, you'll mold yourself into the person you've always dreamed of becoming. Things. Become the person who doesn't know how to quit, the one who says no to temptation even when it's loud, the one who makes the right choices regardless of how hard it gets. Things. Regardless of how tired they are, regardless of the chaos around them. That kind of person, they're unstoppable. Once you become them, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Maybe right now you're stuck in third gear, maybe fourth, but you've got six, and you've never pushed yourself to full throttle. I dare you to find those extra gears. Push your limits. I want to see what happens when you stop holding back. I want to see what you can do, who you can be, how far you can climb, and how hard you can fly when you stop counting the cost and start living like you want it. This is not about seeing what's likely. It's about discovering what's possible if you refuse to quit. This is about becoming the strongest, fastest, sharpest version of yourself, not in comparison to others, but in comparison to how you were yesterday. Outgrow your doubts, out on your fears. Things. Outperform your excuses. That's how you become the person you were born to be. When this message ends, I challenge you to go to a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and make a vow: no more excuses. Things. From this moment on, don't just get hyped, don't just talk, start doing. The real difference between dreamers and achievers is one word: application. You have to act, you have to execute. Things. You have to stop just consuming information and start living it out. You don't need 40 new lessons this year. You don't need endless motivation. Things. What you need is one powerful principle per month, something you don't just hear but own, something that becomes a part of who you are, something that rewires how you think and shapes how you move. Things. One truth deeply internalized is worth more than 100 lectures. Become the executor, the doer, the person who turns discipline into power, the one who doesn't make their dream a hobby, things, but makes it their heartbeat. You don't do it when it's easy or convenient. You do it because it matters. You don't work on it during lunch breaks. You live to. You breathe it. Things. You think about it when you fall asleep and it wakes you up in the middle of the night. That's when your dreams start becoming your reality. If you want to do the unthinkable things, you'll have to silence the noise. Turn off the distractions, walk away from the doubters. This is no longer about minimizing yourself to stay comfortable. This is about optimizing your life. Things. Every choice you make from here on out must shape you into the kind of person who still chooses right, even when it's the hardest thing to do, when you're tired, when you're sore. Things. When you're angry, when the world feels like it's caving in, you still show up, you still act with discipline, you still commit. And when you live like that, your future won't just be better. Things. It will be unrecognizable in the best possible way. The only real solution is this: you must become that kind of person, the one who doesn't wait for change but becomes the change. Start today. And in exactly 365 days, you'll look back and realize this was the moment. This was the day that everything shifted, the day your life began to transform, the day your energy changed. Things. Your focus sharpened and your mindset evolved. The day that not only you changed, but because you changed, your family changed, your community felt the difference. Things. And maybe even your country felt the ripple effect. Make today that day. It's not going to be easy. It will test you. But deep down, you know this: it always feels better when the hard thing is done. That feeling of pride, of strength, of self-worth, it shows up only after effort, never before. When the workout is over, when the task is finally complete. Things. When you've pushed through what your mind told you to avoid, you feel stronger. But if you skip it, if you avoid the hard thing, you also know what's coming: guilt, weakness, regret. It creeps in. Things. That disappointment in yourself is worse than any physical pain. Those are your two paths. One gives you short-term comfort, the other gives you long-term power. You might gain a few minutes of sleep. Things. Avoid some sweat, skip an annoying responsibility. What you lose is far greater self-respect. Meanwhile, if you choose the tough road, the one full of resistance, you'll stand taller. Things. You'll feel grounded. You'll be proud of who you are becoming. The truth is, simple, easy choices lead to a hard life. But when you consistently make the hard choices, things, life eventually becomes easier and richer in every sense. And here's the reality: many people can't even commit for 6 months. Some won't push for 8. They won't sacrifice their weekends. Things. They can't give up distractions, temporary pleasures, or toxic people for even a short season of their lives. Some of you need to let the parties go. Some of you need to stop chasing approval. Things, relationships, and short-lived thrills. Let it all go, except for that one thing you're pursuing with everything inside you. You cannot chase two rabbits and expect to catch either. Focus. So eliminate distractions. Go all in. There are no shortcuts. The hack a myth, the easy road is a trap. It's never taken anyone where they truly wanted to be. The truth is harsh but freeing. Success demands everything. It demands late nights and early mornings. It demands sacrifice, repetition, deep practice, and emotional endurance. It requires your sweat. It may ask for your tears. It will test your patience and push you past frustration. And in the middle of that fire, you must hold the line. There's only one path. Get up, do the work, and keep going. You need to become the master of your emotions, not their servant. You can't allow your feelings to dictate your behavior. The moment you take control of your emotions, you take back control of your life. When you choose to act despite how you feel again and again, you start to rewire your brain. You get tougher, sharper, more resilient. You become the kind of person who determines what gets done regardless of distractions or discomfort. Your level of success begins to rise, not by chance but by choice. Discipline is what separates the dreamers from the doers. Motivation might give you a head start, but it won't carry you to the finish line. Motivation won't push you to hit the gym after a long day. But discipline will. Motivation won't get you out of bed on those dark, cold mornings when everything in you wants to sleep in, but discipline will. Discipline is the muscle that never stops working. And the pain you're feeling now, it's not punishment, it's the price. A price that pays off in strength, clarity, confidence, and success. Some of you aren't where you want to be because you've confused effort with results. You believe that because you worked hard, you should already be rewarded. But success doesn't work on a time card. You can clock 40 hours and still fall short if you don't execute. Life doesn't care how much you tried, it cares how much you finished. You might have studied hard, you might have trained hard, but if you didn't bring intensity, precision, and follow through, it won't count. Results don't respond to effort. They respond to execution. You have to turn up the heat in your life. You've been far too casual with your goals. You make big promises to yourself and then settle into routines that betray them. Every single decision you make is shaping the version of yourself you're becoming. Every moment of hesitation delays the life you say you want. You've let life drag you around instead of taking the wheel, and it's time to fix that. Stop saying someday, that dream version of you. They're waiting. And all you have to do is look in the mirror and be honest. It starts with you. At some point, you have to stand up and say enough. You tell your feelings, your habits, your flesh, you're not in control. I am. You don't want to get up. Too bad. Get up anyway. You don't feel like grinding today. Do it anyway. The lifestyle you want demands a new level of discipline. And that means saying no to the easy road over and over again. Tell yourself stop. Tell yourself go. Tell yourself no. If every single day you did the exact thing you promised yourself you would do, your entire life would transform. Some mornings you'll wake up feeling on fire. Some mornings you'll feel like you have nothing left. But guess what? Your calendar doesn't care if it's your birthday. Your dreams don't care about your excuses. Your destiny isn't interested in your mood. It only listens to your actions. Show up, do the work, make today count. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday. It doesn't matter if you're not feeling your best. The calendar doesn't care. The schedule doesn't care. Life doesn't pause just because you're tired or things aren't perfect. If you want to be great, you have to be consistent. You have to show up no matter what. When you push through even when you don't feel like it, you build momentum. You develop a rhythm that becomes automatic, and that rhythm, it becomes a habit. Discipline isn't built in comfort, it's built in the grind. When you commit to something day after day, when you keep doing it no matter how you feel, execution becomes your edge. That's how the results come through action, through execution. More success comes your way when you stop waiting for motivation and start relying on your ability to follow through. So how do we make this happen? We start by setting priorities, real ones. We draw a clear line between what matters and what doesn't. We eliminate distractions. We protect our focus like our future depends on it, because it does. This is the year you stop living halfway. No more half effort. No more showing up for sports, school, or life with only part of your heart in it. No more talking about writing the book, building the business. Chasing the dream. This is the year you do it. You follow through. You execute. You give 100%, not when it's easy, but every single day. And how will you do it? One day at a time. Not looking too far ahead, just owning the next 24 hours with whatever you've got. And once you take control of one area of your life, just one, you'll watch it ripple into everything else. You'll feel the shift. Your confidence will rise. Your momentum will explode. And then that someday you've been dreaming of. It becomes your today, not because you hoped for it. It's not because someone handed it to you, but because you worked for it. You earned it. Through sweat, through effort, through relentless commitment. You transformed possibility into reality. So if you're willing to give your all, your sweat, your blood, your tears, you can have what you want. You can become what you dream of becoming. You can live the life you were born to live. It starts today. It starts now. All it takes is everything you've got. There is absolutely nothing in this world you can't have if you're willing to work for it, not wish for it. Do not talk about it, but work for it. If you're willing to stay the course, to show up even when it's hard, to fight through the doubt and pain, there is no goal too high. The people who make it are not the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who refused to quit. They stayed when others walked away. They pushed when others backed down. They fought relentlessly. Discipline your body, control your mind, silence the distractions, and stop waiting for permission. You get up early, even when your bed feels like the most comfortable place on earth. You go after it with fire. You chase that vision with everything in you. You work like your future depends on it, because it does. You will still not stumble into greatness. You will have to claim it. You will have to fight for it, earn it, and rise for it. Understand this: the rewards come after he works, never before. The only place you'll ever find success ahead of work is in the dictionary. That's it. In real life, you grind first, you bleed first, you struggle first, and then only then you rise. That's how champions are built. That's how you become the person you're meant to be, not through comfort, but through conquest. So no more waiting, no more delays. If you want it, prove it. Get out there and give it everything you've got. Every day is your opportunity. Discipline, action, execution. That's the formula. You've got what it takes, but only if you choose to use it.